Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Simpsons Hit and Run the Gru mod, Part 8. Gonna get our Electress back, our ever so popular, ever so favorite Electress car. The white car looks like it could have come out of Gran Turismo too. And of course, Lisa is still gonna be driving this little minion playing as Lisa. And look at how that bridge was disappearing. I remember that copy I had of this game that my father once gave me for the PS2. I had this weird glitch where sometimes the graphics in the game would disappear. The disc was partially scratched. I don't know if that had anything to do with why it was. I know I've never seen a scratched disc do something like that, or a disc that has dirt on it, so that have the levels disappear, so like that. So we're gonna be talking here to Hans Mole Man. Too bad they didn't make him a playable character in this game. He would have been awesome if they made him a playable character. He'd be immortal pretty much. We all know Hans and Mole Man's the most immortal thing the Simpsons could have ever created. He's been killed so many times, and yet somehow he's always managed to come back. He drove a Kremlin in one episode, he got destroyed and came back. He got left in the X-ray over the weekend one time, and somehow he still survived. Maybe that's what gave him that X-ray, leaving him in the X-ray machine overnight, or over the weekend maybe is what gave him superpowers. Maybe that's why he never seems to die. Well, this little minion's going to be driving us to the retirement castle now. Apparently the police do curfew checks here. Yeah, at times like these that make me never want to retire. I never want to don't ever want to become a retired citizen that has to live in a damn retirement castle where they always do these curfew checks. And it's like they have to enforce, and they strictly enforce the curfews. Like, what, do they think old people are like illegal for them to walk out and about? Well, actually kind of did happen in one episode. They made it illegal for kids to come out at certain times of day. I remember that episode. I think I have that episode on DVD, actually. So we're going to morph back into the minion we're supposed to be playing as. This is a Despicable Me Gru mod. I think it should be called the Despicable Me mod, but they called it the Gru mod, so I'm just going to stick with that. Even though Gru isn't really going to be in this level that much because, well, there aren't very many more missions in this level. We're going to be getting a ride from someone else. So it's going to be playing as a minion that's all me. And imagine that minion be saying, a boy, a boy, a boy. Yes, a boy, a boy. When I had to go get the unicorn toy at the store. There's two minions again. The minions stole the Electress again. They're going off to see Grandpa. Yeah, go see Grandpa, see what he has to say. It's going to say stuff like wolves. So this mission's called Wolves Stole My Pills. He's always concerned about losing his pills or losing his sanity. I wonder what his pills do anyways. I mean, pills are supposed to serve a specific purpose, right? Like the power pills in Jumping Flash give Robin invincibility. So I don't know what they would do for him, or I don't know, maybe they are power pills of some kind. Maybe they're pills that are extending his life, because Grandpa's like over 100 years old now, and yet he's somehow still alive. And he never seems to die, just like Hans Mole Man. Only Hans Mole Man actually did supposedly get killed on several occasions, and yet somehow he's still alive. So he thinks they're at the school playground. They're going to be rushing over to the school playground. I like the music in this level. This level has some of my favorite music in the game. Unfortunately, this is the only level in the game that has, the only mission in this entire game that has this music, which is quite a shame you only use it once, considering the fact they use a lot of songs, the same songs for multiple missions throughout the course of the game. I guess their composers couldn't come up with new songs for every mission, but you can't really blame them for that. There's so many missions in this game. There's 7 levels, and each level has 7 missions. That'd be like way too many pieces of music to make. I'm not even sure if a game disc could hold that much. I think there's no way a GameCube disc could hold that much. And the GameCube discs are, smaller than PS2 discs. They could hold significantly less amount of space than PS2 discs, which is a major limitation on the GameCube's part. Yet somehow it still managed to be an awesome powerhouse. So I've played this game a lot on the GameCube before. I know it's just like the PS2 version. I played the PS2 version too. I never played the Xbox version before, but I assume it's going to be the same as the PS2 and GameCube versions, since video games in that era in history are pretty much always the same on whatever system you buy them on. He's going to be following this black car. He's going to be dropping those pills, I don't know what that says on there. There's something pills on them, I don't know. I don't think anyone really cares. They could be throwing pack dots at us and we'd still collect them anyways. They'd be throwing segways at us and we'd still be collecting them anyways. They could throw anything at us and we'd still collect them. Now we're driving into a different area code now. Where Springfield is still divided from that episode where they had the different area codes. I remember Simpsons. I remember I used to say it. I used to blame Simpsons all the time for why a lot of things have bad endings, because Simpsons didn't always have the best endings. And a lot of Simpsons episodes often end where plots are unresolved, kind of like the area code episode. I think it ended like that, I don't know. I actually don't remember now how that episode ended. I haven't seen it in a long time. And how could I remember every single episode of Simpsons I've ever seen before? There's just way too many episodes, just like there's way too many missions in this game. There's just too many episodes of Simpsons that exist. I'm heading off to the retirement castle again, the retirement. If you don't look, I have to get away from a black thing. In theory, I could cheat and just phase through walls using the H key, but I'm not going to do that. I don't like cheating. I always like to, I don't like cheating. I like to play this as, without cheating as much as possible. The only times I do cheat is when it's overly justified. Like that time Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the N64 deleted all my data of the game. I still haven't solved that mystery yet. I don't know if I ever will. It also happened to the new Tetris on N64 too. The game somehow deleted all my data. I know the battery can't be faulty because the battery, I still will save my progress in those games afterwards. So I don't know what really happened there, and I still haven't really solved that yet. Yeah, you could cheat to get your progress back. People always say, oh, their next course of action for a Simpsons game would have been Simpsons, like Simpsons Demolition Derby, like Simpsons Twisted Metal. Then I thought, what if they made a Simpsons game that was like Star Wars Rogue Squadron, where it plays the Simpsons characters and use starfighters and like destroy stuff, and then maybe Buzz Cola came back and they have like an invasion of Springfield. You have to like shoot at them and destroy them and stuff like that and stop whatever this Buzz Cola nonsense is or whatever it is. It's gonna be, then we're going to give Grandpa's pills back, and he's gonna tell us this. Oh yeah, it's gonna go to one of these cutscenes, these cool CGI looking cutscenes. There's cutscenes that look like that episode of the Treehouse of Horror when Homer Simpson walked through that portal and he ended up in the three-dimensional, he ended up becoming 3D. It looked like he was walking around Bubsy 3D or something like that. What's a cube? What's a sphere? This place looks expensive. This game looks expensive. It looks like they really put a lot of thought and effort into it. A lot of people consider this game to be an unexpected masterpiece. A lot of licensed games seem to suck, but this one doesn't. I was going to tell some stories that they can only be told properly in sepia tone. Some of the best stories are told in sepia tone, especially the ones from your past, where it's like crop circles. Looks like Spyro 4 again, where they're at the crop circle plant or a crop circle farm or whatever it was, and then it's like, oh, what is this? Oh, look at that. It's the Buzz Cola. Yeah, you haven't figured it out by now. Buzz Cola is pretty much the main villain of this game. We're going to be taking on some giant villain that dresses in a Buzz Cola costume. We're going to have to beat the crap out of him. He's going to be the main villain in this game. Marge Simpson is a pretty underrated fighter. I remember in the Simpsons arcade game, she would use a vacuum cleaner to beat up all the villains. Yeah, this vacuum cleaner doesn't suck. It's pretty good, actually, because it's used as a weapon to fight against the enemies. And I remember when one person was reviewing Simpsons games, he said if Simpsons Hit and Run never existed, then Simpsons arcade game would be the greatest Simpsons game ever. It's a shame that arcade game never got ported to any systems, and yet Marge is one of the best characters. Because I'm forced to play as her locks, and one of the ROMs I have for the Simpsons arcade game, it's stuck with Marge Simpson, so you can't choose your character. You can only play as Marge Simpson. It might be because maybe the ROM was made, it was intended to be played with, like, you can remember those old arcade machines. It's like there's sets of controls, and if you go to this set of controls, you play as this character. Maybe it's like permanently set in a set of controls. They're going to see the Bart minion again.
That's the alien mind control cola.
Yeah, look, just said it right there. He could speak English again. That's impressive that they could speak English. It's better than what any other minion could do. But he confirmed that, yes, that is alien mind control cola, and that's what they gave him that made it control his mind. They're using cola to do it, so the cola does have mind control properties. This also reminds me a bit of one of the first Jason and Mason stories I ever came up with that involved an evil food products being used by aliens to take over the world, just like what's happening in this game. I don't think it's a really uncommon idea, though. There's lots of stories of evil products that came into our world. It was really part of some big conspiracy to take over the entire planet. That's what a lot of companies do with their things. That's what companies like Microsoft have done with their products. They make us too dependent on them to a point where if you want to use this, you want to use that, you have to use Microsoft products. Since Linux doesn't have enough support for a lot of games and software doesn't support Linux. It's like you don't really have a choice. And that's why conglomerates like Microsoft become really popular. They become overly powerful. They become powerful juggernauts. Only better companies could become juggernauts. Like the people who made this game. If games are still made like this today, I'd probably still be buying games all the time. Some people think I'm really missing out by the fact that I don't really buy very many new games anymore, but I don't think I'm missing out at all. There's so many great classic games that exist that are completely DRM free. You don't need to pay for them again, or you don't have to like authenticate them or anything. There's so many great games that exist. that are still around. If I never got another video game again, I think I could, pretty much live off of the games that I still play. I still play a lot of games today, and they're the same ones I've been playing for decades now. Like this game. Only this one has a little bit of a twist with it because it's Despicable Me. Yeah, it's so despicable that I'm still playing this game. Yeah, this was a pretty despicable thing to do to the game, to throw these minions in here. Like, this is one of the few missions in the game where you actually, like, you have to do it on foot. You have to run. He runs like he's being chased by Frankenstein or Dracula or something. Like, yeah, I'm running away. Yeah, if only they had a sound right. Yeah, I'm running away from something. Yeah, I don't know what that something could be. Maybe it's Michael Jackson.
I think you should be aware that you're selling.
Now it's telling the one-eyed Apu minion that he's up there selling a bad cola here, and that something needs to be done about it. He's getting the idea to, maybe do something about this thing. See Millhouse in the background, has to pee, and they won't let him use the bathroom because it's probably locked, and someone's probably in there doing questionable activities that he said he doesn't want anyone to know about. It's only one bathroom, too.
That's it.
Yeah, right. It's not just saying that we're going after the supply. I think the supply of cola. Yeah, we're going to be destroying cola drugs. Oh, good. This is going to be one of the greatest challenges in the game. I mean, this mission doesn't force you to use a specific car, but normally if you were playing as Marge, which is what you're supposed to be doing in this level, we're technically Marge, but you would have the Canyon Narrow, and the Canyon Narrow, her default car, is actually pretty tough, but we don't have that. The best car we have is the Electra, so we're using just a standard, regular sedan-type car against a very large truck that might as well be a Mack truck or a tractor-trailer or something, like a really large Buzz Cola truck. It's like really large, and this is impossible, and yet somehow we're doing the impossible. We're just some small little fly on the wall, and yeah, we're just doing hit and run tactics, hitting it, giving a good hit, and then run away and find a wrench. I guess this game is finally living up to its name now, Hit and Run. This is Simpsons Hit and Run. They call it that for a reason. It's Hit and Run, not Road Rage. I kind of wanted to do a Let's Play of Road Rage at one point, but I didn't think it was worth it because that would be too repetitive. All you do in that game is just play the same levels over and over again and collect money. It was the precursor to this game in a lot of ways, and I still owe it a lot for that. And the Road Rage is a great game. It's better than Crazy Taxi, and people look at me like, what? Did you just say Road Rage is better than Crazy Taxi? Like, yeah. And like, why do you think it's better than Crazy Taxi? Well, why is Crazy Taxi better than Road Rage? The Road Rage has much better controls than Crazy Taxi. The physics work a lot better, the game lasts a lot longer, it's more fun, it's more enjoyable, it has more gags in it. See, our car got pretty badly cooked from all that, but we could go and repair with a wrench, repair our car. Now our car is squeaky clean again, and now we have to go to the White House. No, it's not the White House, it's Mr. Burns' mansion, but it might as well be the White House. Maybe he wants it to be the White House. We know Mr. Burns always wanted to rule Springfield. I mean, there's one episode where he ran for some sort of office, and they had to, I remember mentioning in an earlier video, and that's when they found out about the three-eyed fish. So we're actually going to drive into the Burns mansion again. They actually made this mansion really big. You can actually walk into Mr. Burns' office too and explore it too. Too bad they didn't have any missions that involved you actually going in there and doing more stuff in there. And this is the closest we kind of get to that. We got another mission too. I guess they left that as like a bonus thing too. I think there's a collectible card up there or something like that. It actually is pretty impressive they put all this detail in this game. Like, they really did go above and beyond. I know I keep saying that, but they really did go above and beyond. They could drive through the... I wonder if the police could catch you out here if you were being chased by the police. You could probably get away from them. Actually, if you're in Mr. Burns' backyard. Now look at that, I'm driving for the power plant. Now there's this drive through. I wonder if any more trucks drive through the power plant. They should have made this part of the road. A road built into a building. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty fun idea. Suppose there are things like that too, but oh, look, yeah, I thought there was a wrench in there, but no, there isn't. It's gonna go collect those. Destroy that vending machine, collect some more coins, which is gonna be completely useless. There we go, strike him from behind. I barely did anything at all. It's like in Battle Arena Toshinden when I spend most of the time just orbiting my enemy, and occasionally I peck at them a little bit and takes away a little bit of their health. But then again, Battle Arena Toshinden is strategy-based, and that's what this is right now. It's strategy-based. Going ahead and smashing in the front. Look at that, my car's getting totaled again. My car's getting completely wrecked, totally smoked. Just gonna go drive over here and try to look for a wrench to repair my car. Oh, see the largest toilet there. That's apparently, I remember that was in Road Rage too. too close by to where level and road rage was set. There's trucks that just drive nuclear waste all around. They have a sign that says days since last meltdown. What if they have one of those on Discord, days since last time someone on Discord heard out an outburst, because outbursts happen on Discord all the time. Because Discord truly lives up to its name then. Discord? There's a whole Discord server I'm part of it that's dedicated to these mods, these Simpsons hit and run mods. I bet they wouldn't like me that much for making this specific series, because I'm not really doing what the mod is intended to do, but it's mostly just me just playing the game as is. But I'll explain why I'm doing this. Still think this is, the best way to play this mod. It's gonna go remming speed. Marge didn't even drive much in this level. It's mostly Lisa doing most of it. There we go. There, he's destroyed. Now we're still gonna get the Lisa Simpson minion to speed up back to the Simpsons house and maybe run into something that might come along around there. Oh look, it's the Wiggum, the Chief Wiggum, everyone's favorite police chief, Chief Wiggum. Yeah, he's probably just as good as the ones they have in my city too, or the ones that have in that book that I wrote where they completely disregarded evidence of some crime that happened because they were more obsessed of a stupid toy pinball game that came from a local fast food place. I remember they were obsessed with pinball. I'm guessing it's one of those kind. I remember I had a Dragon Ball Z one where you just put the small, where it has like these very small beads in it. You have to flick it and it hits and lands in one of the things. It lands in one of these curved things, and it gives you points, kind of like how pinball machines were in the 1930s before they had flippers. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Sometimes I wish it'd be cool to play with one of those, but those aren't really, those kind of pinball machines aren't really around anymore. Personal pinball survived the decline of arcades. It's just that good that it's better than arcades, I guess. But they're going to be saving this. Oh, this is the end of level 4 if it isn't obvious. Now, if we're going on to level 5, where that one-eyed Mapu minion's going to do some investigating of his own. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.